Okay. You know, that was a tremendous job by Cameron Regnick. He pitched, this is back-to-back outings for him, and we needed that. I wasn't expecting to get more than 5 from him, and we pretty much got exactly what we asked of him. So it was a great situation. I think our offense came alive. I told the guys yesterday that we wanted to go ahead and play on Sunday, and they took that to heart, and they did an outstanding job. And they kept bringing in different arms, and we kept making adjustments. It's a great offensive display by us today. More importantly, I think it all boils down to the guy here on my right, Nathan, who basically came in and got the job done when we did pull Cameron. That's a great offensive ball club in Morehead, and even though the outs that they made today were definite hard outs, there's not a single easy out from top to bottom in their lineup, and we were able to dominate that today. So all the credit definitely goes to him and to Cameron as well. So couldn't be happier for our club, couldn't be happier for our program and our university that we were able to take care of business today.
Open it up for the players.
Nathan, take us through your mindset. You hadn't pitched, I think, in a couple of weeks when you came in. What are you feeling like physically, and knowing the task ahead of you, what are you thinking at that point?
Yeah, I mean, not pitching in 2 weeks kind of helps with how you feel physically. I was feeling really good, feeling really fresh. Kind of struggled right off the bat with command a little bit, especially with my fastball, but was able to make an adjustment after that first third of an inning, I guess you could call it. I started getting downhill better. Mentally, it's just you got to go out there and do your job, get the guy out, get a ground ball, strike him out any way you can. So was able to get the ground ball, just bled through. But after that, felt a lot more confident. Was able to get guys out, get them off balance.
Paul, can you walk us through the big home run?
Well, I think it was 3-2. He threw me a changeup. I was kind of out in front of it a little bit, but I kept my hands backing up and I kind of poked it out there. I think the wind took it farther than the bat hit it, so I was thankful for that.
Paul, could you speak to this team's resiliency? I mean, you guys never seem like you're down long, and you have tough losses, and you always seem to bounce back and win.
Yeah, today our main focus for offense at least was just being on time. Yesterday the kid had us off balance all day, and I think we did a really good job. I think almost everybody on the team got a hit. Maybe, I'm not sure, but Evan I think was the only one, and he hit the ball hard 3 times, so I think we were pretty successful today.
Nathan, what does it mean to you to be able to come in and relieve and help your team get this win after a tough outing yesterday?
I think, again, that speaks to our team's resiliency. I think it's not just individuals that do it. I think it's everybody on the team is able to bounce back. I just did my job, what I'm asked to do, and that's come in and get it out for as long as you possibly can until Coach D decides to say it's someone else's turn. So I just went out there, did my job, and thankful for the results.
Dominiguez, Smith, and Gay each reached 3 times today. So talk about how important it was for them to set the table.
Well, I mean, anytime you can start off an inning with runners on base, and the top of the order for us has been pretty consistent the entire year. And obviously we didn't have Chris at the early part of the year, but to have those 3 guys, all 3 can run, they're all contact guys, they're the ones that make us go. So obviously that helped quite a bit, especially in that first inning. We were able to go ahead and put a couple of runs up on the board. I think it kind of took away some of our tension a little bit if we had any. But those guys are the ones that make us go.
Nathan, were there any words from Carlisle when you came into the game after he had seen this lineup once or twice over, a lineup that pitched for such a high average?
Nothing really specifically. It was just basically telling what the signs were going to be and how we were going to see it. The bases were loaded, so we got to establish how we're going to call the signs. Other than that, he's just really motivational. It just shows confidence in every single one of his pitchers, no matter who's out there. Drew's a great leader, and it shows he just comes out there, gives you a boost of confidence, and you just do your work.
Paul, are you guys as a team, anybody aware of what you accomplished today in terms of Bradley winning a game in the NCAA tournament? How long it's been?
I mean, I think we're all just living in the now, taking it one game at a time. We're not really thinking about the future or what has happened in the past. So we're just thinking about today and hoping we can continue this streak we got going.
Anything else with the players? Yeah, you guys can. I'll let that have to Coach Dominguez.
Coach, how's it feel after a rough outing yesterday? Kind of slow start. You guys came out today. You could definitely see right off the bat that you guys had momentum. Did you say something to your team to get that spark going, or how did that all play out for you?
You know, the coaches use cliches all the time, but this is a special group. This is it's a great group to be around, great young men. There really was no rah-rah speech. Everybody knew. I think Paul said it best. This group lives in the now. They don't worry about history. They don't worry about the future. They just kind of live in the moment, and that's really impressive to see. And when you get 35 guys that believe in that and actually do it, I mean, that says volumes for the success we've had this year. Because we really don't get too down, and honestly, I haven't seen them celebrate anything, any win at all whatsoever. It's just been business as usual, which is very unusual when you have 18 or 22-year-olds. But I know what it means to our program and what we've been able to do, and it's the first win in 50 years, I think, and so forth. So, I mean, like I said, this is all about them, and I'm sure they're rewriting the history books now, but I couldn't be happier for them, or more proud than I am right now.
Coach, how are you going to go ahead and prepare for tomorrow's game?
I'll be honest, it'll depend on who we play. We haven't even talked about the staff, who we're throwing or anything. I think we'll do that this evening to kind of prepare us. But when you get down to these kind of tournaments, I mean, I didn't want to have to use Allen today, and I had to use him there for the 9th inning. It all boils down to depth in the pitching staff, and we'll do the best we can. Right now, everybody's hot, and except for Cameron and Nathan, but everybody else I feel comfortable we can use tomorrow, because tomorrow, we plan on playing 2 games.
Does that include Elliott as well?
You know what, I wouldn't put it past him, because sometimes I'll ask him and he'll say I got 1, or sometimes he'll say I'm done. But so like I said, we'll worry about that stuff tomorrow, but don't put it past us to be able to do that, especially in a key situation.
You haven't even had to touch Dennis yet in the first 2 games. How available is he for tomorrow? Maybe go 1, 2, 3.
He's not, and I probably will not use him in a traditional closer's role. If need be, in the game calls for it, it'll be more of if he needs to come in the 4th. I mean, we've stretched him out throughout the year, so he's able to go 4 or 5 innings if we need him. I don't want to do that, especially with another game following, but at the same time, we have to win 1 game at a time, and we'll worry about the noon game and worry about the next game after that.
Elliott kind of had a rough game yesterday, got roughed up a little bit. Tell us what that means for him to be able to come out today at the plate and put in a good game, contribute like he did.
Yeah,
Let's talk about his performance.
No, and that's something that, nobody felt worse yesterday than that young man. He's been a competitor for us all year on the mound. He's done a tremendous job. I mean, he's been our ace, and for him not to be able to have that, it really disappointed him. On the offensive side, out of all the games that we played this year, I've actually DH'd him every game he hasn't been in the lineup. So it's one of those things. I've only DH'd him and pitched him in the same game. It was during the conference tournament. It's, like I said, it just says a lot about the group, and he's one of the leaders on there. But I don't think it affected him, and I knew we weren't going to have any carryover. He's just a great ball player.
In the 5th inning, when Morehead scored a couple that closed within 7-4, had 2 on with 2 outs, how nerve-wracking was it when Robinson hit the ball to the track? And were you very concerned that might go out of here?
Well, that's baseball. If we go about yesterday, we had an opportunity. Their center fielder made an unbelievable catch in left center. Could have very easily given us 2 or 3 runs, and kept that. That was a game changer. So I would say today that was definitely a game-changing moment. I'm glad it stayed in the ballpark. He hit it to the deepest part of the park, and we were fortunate to get there.
Okay, one more question?
Good.